Guys, we have some important news on Michael Saylor and strategy. So that whole mysterious green dot thing from yesterday, remember Michael Saylor posted, what if we start adding green dots? And then we connected the dots ourselves. We knew that the MNAV went below 1.00x for the first time in a long time. And we also knew that below 1.0x, MNAV, strategy would start considering to issue credits instead of buying Bitcoin to buy up MSTR shares. That's what we assumed would happen. And today we got the news of whether if they did as we predicted or they did something else. So that's what I want to talk about. And we want to go into the price of Bitcoin too. We're currently trading at $84,800 in the short term. If you're concerned, I'll share some of my TA and my thoughts. So make sure to stay tuned until the end. Destroy the like button and subscribe for daily crypto content. With that said, let's begin and kick things off with the Bitcoin TA. So when I go to the 4-hourly time frame, on the 4-hourly, we mentioned that if Bitcoin was not able to break above 93.2, we would very likely come to the 81.5 to try and create a W structure to then see a reversal to the upside. I'm still confident in that analysis. We know that there's a lot of support at the 81.5 from the prior resistance of the inverse head and shoulder. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did a W and then made our way into the upcoming 54 simple and bull and bear market support band bearish crossover, into the daily 200 moving average, and into a bunch of colliding resistance, right? I think we will make our way to that point. It could take up until January middle for us to reach the over 100K levels again. But I think we will start making our path into those levels. We also stated that on the daily, I didn't like this shooting star candle. That was another sign that we would come to the 81.5, and I think we will go there. There's still $3,000 left until we can reach that specific price level. I mean, where we are now is also pretty good support on the daily. Let's see if we can reverse from here, create a W structure, and then come back up to the neckline. That will be beautiful. A very good opportunity then could be to open a long position and then closing our long positions we opened from April in that range and flipping into shorts would be the go-to strategy in my personal analysis. So if you want to go ahead and do that, then make sure to, of course, be subscribed for breaking updates and go to the first link in the description down below to sign up to Weeks, because that is where I'm going to be doing all of my trading. And with this link, you can get a $10 to $100 coupon, and that is only with this link. You also have other exchanges listed down below. The best bonuses available for Pinex and Coinflare are in the description. If you want to support the channel and join a crypto exchange, the best place to do it is in the description down below. That is the Bitcoin updates. Let's take a look at MSTR stock. MSTR stock is capitulating today. Oh my God, Bitcoin is holding up fine, but MSTR is crashing big time. You can notice that Bitcoin is still above the lows it created in April of this year. We're still above it. But if you go to MSTR, you are way below those April lows, heading into our target of the 109 levels, which was the prior all-time high created in 2021. So we expect a drop to 109, but I honestly would have thought that we could see a bounce soon. It's just a lot of what Michael Saylor is doing is maybe a question mark for investors, and I want to break it down for you right now as an MSTR shareholder and also as an analyst. So we got the green dot. What it meant was MSTR actually went ahead and created a cash reserve. So now they hold $1.44 billion worth of cash. They didn't sell any Bitcoin. They actually bought $11 million of Bitcoin, creating a total Bitcoin portfolio of 650,000 Bitcoin net. That is insane. So not only did they not sell, they actually bought $11 million more of Bitcoin, and they used their MSTR common stock, which they can still exploit for another $20 to $40 billion. They used that stock to raise $1.44 billion of cash, and that's going to cover 21 months of dividends for their preferred stocks. 21 months. The dividends they need to pay is $800 million. They can cover 21 months of dividends. Beautiful. That's going to create creditworthiness for their group of stocks, and it's going to make sure that the rating agencies don't decrease their rating. And if they were to decrease their rating, then that would mean more outflows for MSTR. So it's overall good, I would say, for MSTR. And then you look at their total capital structure. It's, I think, very conservative. They have $8.2 billion of convertible debts, And the latest one that is sort of brought to the table is in 2027, and that is 1.5 billion, which they can cover through equity raises, and they can cover through hopefully business revenue by 2027. Maybe it goes back into the positive. But at this moment in time, there is no need to worry. Michael Saylor will maximize enterprise value to raise capital and equity to pay off any debts before selling the Bitcoin reserve, because selling the Bitcoin reserve would mean a total capitulation of the strategy stock. So they're not going to do that, in my opinion. So strategy is fine. The stock is dropping. It looks like the market is a little bit unsure of this model, but I believe it's perfectly fine. And I'm so happy that Saylor didn't end up selling the Bitcoin. Guys and girls, today at 5 a.m. over on the Moonshow channel, I'm a bit crazy, but I'm going to stream Fetcher Powell speaking at 5 a.m. So if you want to listen to more of me, then you can stay tuned at 5 a.m. Dubai time. I'm going to stream Fetcher Powell's speech. Today, QT has officially come to an end, so I'm curious if Fetcher Powell will say anything that's interesting and perhaps shift the dynamic on the probabilities for rate cuts in the December meeting. So with that said, thank you for watching this very quick update video, and I'll see you all on the next updates incredibly soon. Bye-bye, guys.